What is Poshmark? How do I get paid? Do they take earnings? Any of those questions or concerns, definitely you are in the right place.
You've officially just doctored your curls. Doctor my curls. Doctor my curls.
Welcome back, welcome back. Welcome.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you.
Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be Poshmark 101. First question, what is Poshmark? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Poshmark is a marketplace. So you think about OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Poshmark is another outlet where you are able to sell your pre-loved items as well as your brand new items. So now that you know what Poshmark is, how do you get started? So first things first, you want to go ahead and list all of your items, whether that's dresses, shoes, infant clothes, baby toy, whatever you have, I'm sure you can list on Poshmark, and I'm not even being sarcastic. Everyone is up there selling. I had a joke, excuse me, I had a joke on my Instagram page. Y'all, somebody had some holes in their socks, and they were trying to sell these socks. Like, if you've been following me on Instagram for a while, you probably remember this. When I say I was cracking up, like, y'all really tried it, okay? Please don't be like that. I say all that to say, literally, everything is on Poshmark. Even if you have one bag, so say you have one item that you just say, hey, I want to get rid of these sneakers, I paid good money for them, I want to get rid of this purse, this backpack, this dress, whatever the case may be, you can list your one item. You can list anywhere from 1 to a million items on Poshmark, okay? So there's a place for everybody to be involved with Poshmark. So first things first, you want to download the app. Now, before you download the app, wait 1 minute. What I want you to do is open up the app. Before you create your account, you will see a section all the way at the bottom that has a referral link or referral code. This is where I want you to put in LAS, C as in cat, ANO, B as in boy, X as in x-ray. I have it mastered for my customer service reps. LASCANOBX, that's going to be my personal code that will allow us to get a $10 credit. So now that you've downloaded the app and you've used my code, now if you didn't use my code, just turn this YouTube off. No, I'm just kidding. You can still watch and get some gems. So after you've downloaded the app, first things first, you want to go ahead and start listing your items, right? However, you want to make sure that you have your items in a well-lit area. If you are able to try them on, if you can still fit the item, go ahead and try it on, take a picture with it on. If not, that's okay. That's okay. Again, there's a place for everybody. If you have items that you can no longer fit but you want to sell, just lay them on a clean surface. I always recommend the carpet, a comforter set, a couch, something that has a solid, clean background. When you list your item, you want to include the title, a description. So the description is a very great section to include any additional details. Say it's sized extra large, but it fits more like a large or medium. That's where you want to mention that for people who are buying this item to know. What about measurements? You think about when you shop on a website, you are quick to go, I know I am, I'm quick to go to the size chart, right? To see what the fit is. Well, these people who are shopping on your Poshmark don't have that luxury. So you want to include as much information as you can possibly think. Anything that you think someone may want to know or should know, you want to insert right in the description box. And I will put here a picture of what the description box looks like and an example of what you should list in there. So for me, I am a plus size female. I'm also very curvy. So I always include the hip measurements and waist measurements for the item. And then if I am pictured in the item, so say I take a picture of myself to include in the listing, I will also sometimes include my measurements. That way, if someone that's similar to me as far as my measurements are shopping, if they're shopping on my page, they can easily say, okay, well, my hips are about the same as hers and this is a medium and it fits her fine, so I'm sure it will fit me fine. Just understand that everyone is not comfortable or recognizes the brands that you may wear all the time. So they may not know what the fit is, if there's any stretch, what the inseam is like. If you want to take the quick route, go ahead and go on the website and screenshot that size chart. So this is a 9-West dress, for example. I can go on the 9-West website, screenshot their size chart, which would reference what this dress fits, right? And then just include that as a listing photo because you have up to 12 photos. You have your listings up and ready to go. So when do you start making money? This part is kind of a hit or miss, and you really have to have patience. Like, patience. Y'all just have some patience, please. Because, and I say this, I will say this 1,000 times. Your listing may be listed today and it may not sell until 5 months out. I know, it sounds crazy. So just be ready for that. Don't expect your listing to sell that hour or the next day, right? Be patient and understand that buyers are coming in frequently. However, they may not be looking for that specific item. So on that note, how do you increase your sales? Well, that's a great question. So Poshmark has a feature called a share button where you can reshare your listings. And what that does, it reshares your listings to the top of a list. So let me break it down for you. If you post an item today, it's February, I post an item tonight and next week comes and I reshare my list. By the time next week comes, other people who have Poshmark accounts have also listed dresses, right? Whatever the item may be. This example is with a dress. They've already listed dresses as well. If you share your listing, now when I search dresses, yours might be the first one that pops up. If you're hands off after that point, you may lose sales, right? If someone has questions, so people are able to comment under your listing. Say someone has a question about, could you provide the measurements for this bag? Remember, those should already be in your description. So that's why you save time doing that. But say you forgot or you didn't have time to put your measurements in. That's okay, no worries. What you would do, you have the option of going under your comments and replying to that buyer. Thank you so much for your question. Here are the measurements. Hope this helps. Whatever the questions may be, you want to be able to be available to answer those questions. So as far as notifications on your phone, I always recommend definitely setting notifications for likes and setting notifications for comments. Everything else can kind of get annoying, honestly, which would be shared listings, followers. Yes, those are important. However, in the big picture, if you're trying to sell items, your comments and your likes are going to be your biggest things, right? So if someone comments, just make sure you get back to them in a reasonable amount of time. Poshmark is going to take about 20% for every item that you sell that's $15 or higher. So with that being said, you want to be reasonable with how you list your pricing. So what I always do before listing an item, especially if you feel like it's a highly sought after item, pretend that you're a buyer, right? Pretend that you're shopping and just search the item. Say you want to sell, I keep using my non-West dress. Say you want to sell the non-West dress. Search within Poshmark, non-West dress. See what comes up. See what people are selling their items for and what quality they're in. You never want to sell yourself short, but you also don't want to overshoot, right? So at that point, you can decide what price you want to sell your item for based off of what's on the market. Now, on the reverse, if you know the value of your item, go for it. Like if you feel like, hey, I have this really nice bag. I know I can get $400 for it. List it for $400. Even if other people are selling it for $300, go ahead and list your item for $400, right? Because at the end of the day, it's your sale, it's your page, it's your listing. So take that with a grain of salt, but definitely do what works for you. So after you get your first sale, whatever email is attached to your account, you will receive the shipping label already processed with the buyer's first and last name, their address, and everything that you need. Literally, you can print it off at your house and be ready to ship off that same day. Absolutely convenient. I love the way Poshmark shipping occurs. Now, the buyer pays shipping. So it's a $7.99 flat rate for up to 5 pounds. So your buyer is already aware. If you're selling the item for $20, recognize that your buyer is paying $27.99, right? You receive the earnings from the set price. So, for example, I'm going to do some math now. Y'all follow with. If you need to get a calculator, I'm not judging you. Do what you need to do. Let me know when you come back. Let me know when you're ready. You ready? Okay, let's get into it. So, I sold an item for $25 to the buyer, okay? Now, remember I said there's a $7.99 flat rate shipping fee. What I did with the shipping fee, I discounted that too, right? So I sold the item, I had it listed for $25. Instead of the buyer paying $7.99, I said, you know what? You can pay $4.99. I'll be nice. You can pay $4.99. So what happened to that remainder? The $2.12 is coming back to me. Okay, so $2.12 was taken from my earnings because I decided to give the buyer a shipping discount. Personal preference. You don't have to do that. That's what I chose to do. So from the $25 item, my earnings to my bank account was $17.88. 88 cents, excuse me. So I hope that makes sense. I sold the item. I had it listed for $25 with a $2.12 discount on shipping, and I took home $17.88. Do I need to go back for the people in the back? Let me back it on up like a U-Haul truck. No, I'm just joking. That's what my pastor used to say. You sold the item, they shipped you your label. The best part about Poshmark is you can ship it out in a USPS box, a regular box, an Amazon box, personalized bag, whatever you have at your house. Now, I say whatever you have, but y'all don't get too crazy, okay? If it's a beat up box, your buyer will probably give you a bad rating, which will play into effect later. And here's a gem. Did you know that you can get free boxes from USPS? Yes, free $99. Okay, all you have to do is go to USPS.com, shipping supplies, filter free, and there's a bunch of options. So as soon as that item is sold, you can print your label off and get it shipped off the next day. Now, the beauty with shipping is you don't have to physically go into the post office. If you want to wait for your mail carrier to come by, you're more than happy to do that versus going into the actual post office. If you want to drop it in the drop box, if it fits, you can do that without talking to the post office. So once you ship your item, your account earnings are pending at that point, right? You don't directly get the money instantly. You sell the item, you package it, you ship it off. Usually it takes about 2 days-ish, 2 to 3 days to arrive to the buyer. Another good thing about shipping is you have 7 days to ship the item. Now, as for me and my household, I don't play about my shipping time, y'all. But they give you the leisure of having up to 7 days. So if you are extremely busy and you say, hey, you know what, every Monday, I'm going to ship out my orders. So if you have an item that sells on Tuesday, you are definitely okay to ship it out the following Monday, right? As long as it's within 7 days of when the order was placed. I like to ship my items out within 1 to 2 days. That's just a personal preference. But that does play into your ratings as well. So just keep that in mind. If that doesn't really matter to you, then do you, okay? But as for me and mine, okay, baby. All right, so perfect. You've shipped off your item. Now you have to wait for the buyer to accept order. So there's a button that says accept order for the buyer to click once they receive the item. So once they receive the item, they're able to inspect it, but definitely be transparent with your buyers, okay? This item has a rip here, or the tag was removed but never worn. You can say as much as you need to say within the description. Once the buyer accepts your order, at that point, your funds are available. So you can transfer them directly to your bank account. So you just put in your routing number and it kind of does a direct deposit for you, or you can get a check sent to your address. What I've found is I've gotten a lot of great items, secondhand, pre-loved, from Poshmark for a reasonable price. So it's definitely doable to sell and also buy your items. Now, this video is specifically for those who are selling. If y'all would like me to do a video on a buyer, say you just want to create a Poshmark to shop, definitely let me know in the comments. If you want me to discuss pros and cons a little bit deeper. Again, Poshmark, I can go all day talking about the benefits of Poshmark, what you can get out of it, and all of those things. But I just wanted to touch on the basics. So what is Poshmark? How do you get your earnings? How do you ship your items? How quickly do you receive your money? And what are a few tips for listing items? So if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. And please, please, please don't forget to use my code. If you are brand new to Poshmark and you start an account after watching this video, make sure you use my code. LAS is in Sam, C is in cat, ANO, B is in boy, X is in X-ray. Thank you and have a great day. Hold on, wait. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Have a good day.